Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to be looking into some 3D modeling in Maya, which is an Autodesk program. So let's just start doing that. Let's start that by opening up Maya. Okay, so once Maya is open, so the first thing you kind of have to understand with Maya is that it's an approximation program rather than a exact numerical program like Rhino or AutoCAD. So let's just start by getting used to the interface with Maya. So what you want to do is if you hold down Alt, left click, you can rotate the plane like this. If you hold down Alt and use the scroll button, you can go up and down, kind of pinning to a view. And then if you right click, still holding down Alt, then you can kind of zoom in and out like so. Okay, so that's the basics of how to move around the plane. Let's start creating. So if you look at the poly modeling tab, you see all the shapes and sizes, and there's a whole heap of tabs and tools that you can use. Like if you just go to display, Windows, you go sculpting. There's so many different tabs, but there's actually a really easy way to do this without having to go and click here or having to hold to click any hotkeys or commands that you would do by typing in let's say spline in AutoCAD, for example. You don't need to do that in Maya. So Maya is you hold down Shift and then you right click, and then it will give you options to create these certain shapes if you do that. So it's kind of like it's a systematic maneuverability in Maya, where if you get used to it, then you know that going down will be cube, and then going left will be a cylinder, and so on. Okay, so let's start with building a cube. So if you hit this button, you create a cube automatically, like so. If you do it again and you hit this, then you can create more of a exact size for yourself. So let's say I wanted to create 10 by 10 cube. I create, and that's where it is. Okay, so first when you deselect, that's what you see. It's just a cube. But let's say you want to move the cube along the plane. So you when you select it like this, that means it's select object. So when you right click, just right clicking and holding it, you have a few options that you can do. So at the moment it's in object mode. So you know that going top right is object mode, which is what it is, the state it is in now, the selection that it's in. If you hold down right click again and you click face, then you can select a face that it's on. So let's say you wanted to manipulate the top face. So you click that, and then on the left panel here, there's all these tools that you can use. So that's obviously selection tool. This is move tool, rotate, and scale tool. But these are also hotkeys. These will be the few hotkeys that you'll use to help you manipulate this shape. So let's say you wanted to move. So it's just W, and then you can move it grabbing these arrows and moving the face itself, because we're still in the face selection. So let's say you wanted to move the object, you just right click, hold, go to object mode, and then now you can move it, the whole object, without manipulating anything. So let's say we're just trying to put it on top of the plane, and then okay, now let's try to select the faces and manipulate the faces. So let's right click and go to face, and then let's say you want to go click this face and you want to move it further out. So it's no longer a cube but a rectangular prism, or rectangular cube or something. Anyway, okay, so if you move, let's say you move this face up, So actually just moving the whole face up and across. So now you got this quite an odd shape there. It's getting pretty interesting. Okay, so let's try to rotate it. So if you click on rotate, or if you click on E, you can manipulate that face by just twisting it around, creating this really odd shape that you probably take you a while to create in something like Rhino, or maybe not this shape. But let's try scale. So scale is just R, or you can click this button here. So R, and then so you want to scale this face. You click the middle button. You're doing it from the center of that face. So let's say I want to do that, and then I want to drag it out this way. So that's scaling on that plane. This scaling on this plane. Okay, let's say I want to move on from the face. You hold right click, and let's say you want to work with vertex, so these corners. And now you can scale these corners, but scale won't work. So you can move. Let's move, which is also W. And you can move it where you like it. Okay, so let's bring this object back to object mode, like so. And let's say we just copied. Okay, so what you want to do is, let's say you want to duplicate this object. Let's go Control D, and then you just you go to object mode, and then you just move this across here. So Control D is just duplicate. So you know you have two objects, like so. Okay, let's say we manipulate this face again, scale it, so that's E, that's R, and you just scale it, make it smaller, and then we can move it W, bring it up here, and let's say we wanted to join these two faces together somehow. Okay, so what you want to do is go to vertices, so vertex, select that. Okay, so in order to snap, you have to hold V, and then you see that it changes to a circle. That means you can grab that, and then you can bring it to any point that you want to snap to, like that. Okay, so let's say we grab this again, go to vertex, grab that, hold V, and then we want to snap that into this area. Let's bring the one, hold V, and then grab that, bring it there. Bring it this side, V, and then now so what we're trying to do is just merge these two faces together, like that. And then now they're together. Okay, so let's try another object. So just go back to object mode, let's delete these two objects, and go back to our plane. Okay, let's create another cube, hold down shift, right click, and let's create a cube. Okay, so if you click on this this panel here on the right, so this is the attributes editor panel. So you want to go to cube here, and let's say you want to go to polycube 1 here, and let's say you want to add more subdivisions in this cube. So let's do about 10 each, like so. And then we're just gonna move this box up here. Alright, there it is. Alright, now let's try to play with the soft selection tool. So let's go to vertex, and you want to take out your tools settings from this bar here. Go down to soft selection, select soft selection, and then from here you can click a certain point. Let's say we click this center point here, and then let's do something like rotate. So rotate is E, and you can rotate this section like so. And you can manipulate. And let's do another part down here. Like that. So soft selection, let's bring it down a bit more, the radius. So that reduces the size of this selection. So if we increased it to like 21, then that's like a lot more will move, like so. Okay, let's go back to 10. Let's try scale, which is R. You can scale that. So let's say you wanted to do edges. And then you have this really crazy shape like that with soft selection. So soft selection can be a really useful tool if you want to manipulate a broad set of vertexes or faces. Pretty cool tool. Alright, that's the first Maya tutorial. See you next time.